Welcome, one and all, to episode 32. God, who'd knowed we'd got here? Of the Bromantic Quest.
Well, we could do this intro better if we knew what happened last episode. Luckily, here's a recap. Withdraw the flaming sword and the shield. And I shout back to my companions, who I imagine are fairly shocked about what's just happened. Leave now.
You see, Gazzamatraz, you stand no chance. There'll be no lucky blow here. There'll be nothing you can do to win this fight. And he points a finger over at Brianne. You leap in the air. Whilst in the air, blackout. You drop to one knee, and as you go to deflect it, you aren't fast enough. And this spear passes straight through your shoulder. And it does 80 points. Ryking, puts his hand on your shoulder. He's like, Gazzamatraz, is there anything I can do? Do you need anything?
Heal me.
With his green, I could kill you in an instant. But I'm waiting for you to make the right decision. The O might not be the one for the sacrificial play. Or what do we say, hey? You've already lost him once. What could be the harm in losing him again? A beam of light comes down, and you hear, "We're here to help you, Gazzamatraz." And you feel like a hand on your shoulder, and you turn, and it's Gerwin, and he goes, "Just kidding, it's just me." You run over to Brianne, and as you do so, you're caught in a time trap, and you're just frozen still. Gerwin walks over to you. You didn't think I'd just leave Brianne, did you? Just at the whim of her protector. I don't understand. I don't know what you're doing. You know the result.
Then do it.
Then so be it. And he walks over to you, and he kicks a sword out of your hand. And he pulls a spear out, puts it to your throat, and he lunges back. And then the talisman around your neck starts to glow. And he stops, holds a spear up, turns, and Brianne has leant forward into the sword and taken her life. I just want to say that I'm really feeling Big Blue this episode as well. I'm going to really go for it on Big Blue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I don't give Big Blue the attention it deserves.
Okay.
So...
Okay. Right, here.
Yeah. There are going to be moments where
Yeah.
I'll be like, and then...
Wow, fair enough.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Big Blue's going to get it.
Get it.
I feel like I'm becoming a professional quester.
Okay.
And I feel like that involves more professional movements.
Do you know what a lot of professionals have?
I don't know, personalities.
Sponsors.
Yeah.
No, that's the...
I know. The quest sponsored by Cobra Stacker on YouTube. Your destination for all your gold and silver stacking needs.
Yeah.
For expert tips and advice, stacking gold and silver. A great channel filled with loads of real gold and silver content.
Gold and silver content.
Let's get
Stacking.
Oh, yeah. Nearly caught me.
Yeah. That was a quick word from our sponsor. Please remember to like and subscribe.
Please
do
do.
all the good stuff. It's really appreciated. Share with your friends because they might like it too.
And we haven't got any.
Yeah.
So, let's light some candles. Beautiful. I feel warmer already.
I was trying to do it with this hand rather than just...
I don't know. It's crazy we're wearing the same clothes.
As what?
There's a bee in here. So, here we are. Just to give you an idea of what's currently going on, I know we've just done the recap, but Jackie Moon can't believe her eyes. Ryking is almost proud of Brianne, but is also horrified by what he's just seen. Tyragon is weeping also. You are on your knees. You suddenly feel your health just rejuvenate, just completely. You're completely healthy, but there's no number on it. There is no number to Gazzamatraz's health. Gerwin. Well, he's almost static right now. He's so excited. There's electricity almost coming off of him. He turns to you with a huge grin. Drink. Drink from the cup, Gazzamatraz. And we shall finally have our battle.
No.
He looks angry. Why?
Because this is my game now.
He laughs. Not yet. The second you drink from that cup, we are on a level kill. We will fight as equals. But until all 4 artifacts are completed, the blue in him starts to darken. You will drink from that cup, or I will make you.
No.
This static of electricity around him starts to become more thunderous rather than like static bolts of like excitement. And he creates more chairs around him. And he brings over Tyragon, he brings over Jackie, he brings over Ryking. And as he just throws these swords out, and they all stop perfectly just in front of them. Drink, Gazzamatraz. And Ryking lets out a laugh. Gazzamatraz, be the mightiest warrior the world has ever seen.
I look at Ryking. I look over at Brianne's body. I kind of don't want her to have died in vain. So I lift the cup up. It fills with the liquid, and I knock it back.
As this liquid goes down your throat, it passes the talisman around your neck. The rage, the power, the magic is now completely controlled throughout your body. You feel the shield is now more at your whim. The sword is now however you choose to wield it, it will wield. You feel mighty everywhere. Every part of your vessel is now strong. It's durable. But the thing you don't usually feel when you do this is magic. But this time, you feel magic. You don't really know what to do with it, but you feel it. Gerwin lets out a laugh. He clicks his fingers. But nothing happens. And he clicks them again. Nothing happens. And he waves his arm back and his swords drop. And he puts on a big grin. It's time to dance, Gazzamatraz.
Can I try and wave the chairs away?
The chairs disappear.
Interesting. And that includes Brianne's chair. And the sword for Brianne's gone, yes? Or is that still...
Did you want it to? It's your magic. What do you want to do?
Well, he's done the swords, so the swords...
If you get rid of them, you get rid of them.
Fuck it. Get rid of the swords and the chairs then.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So Brianne's going to just fall to the ground.
Slump.
Yeah, okay, fine. All right, yep, that happens.
Okay. And then I'm going to click. And hopefully, they'll all disappear, including Brianne. And go somewhere else.
They disappear.
Okay. Hopefully go somewhere else.
Where do you want them to go?
Back to the castle.
They're back at the castle.
And I want to click again and make Brianne alive.
Unfortunately.
Never mind.
Your necromancy skills...
Push him along. Push him along.
I'm not quite there. And
Okay.
Gerwin does laugh at that.
Yeah.
And he goes, a valiant effort. Now, let's have a quick talk, Gazzamatraz. And he starts to pace in front of you. Like almost like a player that's won the Super Bowl. He's like jittery with excitement over what's just happened.
Mm.
Your magic is equal to my magic. Your strength, your durability, everything right now is even. But what you don't have is my knowledge. But I shan't use that against you as a cruel weapon. We shall have a battle of skill. Now, I'll let you choose the first round, Gazzamatraz. How would you like to fight?
Hand to hand.
Perfect. And he steps back and he suddenly becomes muscular. And he's almost like a mirror image of yourself, but like blue and still very like debonair. And his fists grow. And he waves you over with two hands. But he's still sparking off electricity, like he's still super buzzed. He's like, we're going to shake the world, Gazzamatraz. You and I.
Let's do this.
I run for a... I'll go for a little spear.
I hope you get it. I just want you to know that. Oh my god. You can't write these rolls, I tell you. You go for this spear. As you leap forward, you realise you're not jumping. You're flying. And you are just like an arrow just going towards him. You notice Gerwin's fist coming, but you're just brimming with confidence. And you know you're just going to fucking go through it. And as his fist makes contact with your face, is there anything you'd want to...
This is my game now.
Gerwin smiles. He gets fucking hammered. You blast through trees. You blast through buildings. You don't even know where the fuck you are. Suddenly, the terrain is completely different. You're in like a wasteland, like a desert. Almost like the Grand Canyon type style. And it's raining. And as you release Gerwin, he flies back a bit. And then he like stands. He's like, oh. You know what that is, don't you? Huh. That's pain I feel. That's pain I feel. He flies straight back towards you.
I'm going to sidestep. And is he still wearing his robes?
They're not really robes. He's like elegantly dressed, but it's not really robes now.
Okay.
It's like what I want you to imagine, like combat attire that Gerwin would wear in a fight.
Yeah, okay. He's got like a top on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So as he comes at me, I'm going to sidestep and almost use his momentum to spin him and launch him into like a mountain or something.
Right. So as he comes towards you, you grab him, but he almost sees this coming. But he uses his momentum more than you can use his momentum. And he instead throws you into a mountain. And you're hurt. But your body is unfazed. You just absorb this mountainous hit. and you look down, and it's like your vision's incredible. You can see where he is. He's like a mile away from you, and you can just see him. And he's like bouncing. He's like, woohoo! He's having a good time.
I'll fly straight back at him.
Unbelievable. You fly straight back at him, and he puts his hands out, and you clasp hands, and you can feel the earth beneath you trembling. It's like earthquakes are just rupturing the ground right now, and you're almost sinking into it. A meter, 5 meters, 10 meters, and you're just burying yourselves into this earth. But he's smiling at you the whole time. What are you doing?
The ground around us, how far behind me is the technical wall that's been created?
It's kind of like a curve, almost. So let's say that it's a circular kind of thing that's coming out.
Okay. So I want to take a couple of steps back up the curve and then almost jump and fling through his legs. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to pull his head down into the floor.
Cool. I hope this works for you. Sounds like a cool move. It should work. Only just. You threw a 2, you threw a 4. Oh, wasn't as good as I thought. Yeah, so successfully I don't even think you need to step. Like, you can fly. So you just come up and come down very hard between his legs and then pull his face. And he tries to let go of your grip, but you're holding onto his fingers, and you just slam his face into the ground, and then you let go, and he like buries himself. Like, as you turn, it's just dirt. You can't even see the path that he's gone through. He's gone so deep into the ground.
And we go after him into the ground.
As you step forward to go after him, he bursts out, and he just clumps you, punches you, and you can almost feel your bones vibrate from the power of this punch. And you fly up into the atmosphere. The air is thin. And then you start to come back down hard. You don't even know what continent you're on, what country you're on, anything. And you land in this dark, desolate woods now. Dark trees all around you. Obviously, you feel no fear in this. But you've got a second now to have a think.
Alright. I've had a think.
You can let us know.
Maybe.
It's all on the roll of the dice. I'm not controlling anything here. So
Okay.
I just think people at home might be interested.
Can I enlarge and shrink my body parts?
You pretty much can, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Your power will change as you grow and shrink, but not like phenomenal amounts, do you know what I mean? So there's a reason Gerwin's beefed himself up for this.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. Can also really quickly just try and make a weapon out of nothing. And then put it away. Obviously I'm fighting him hand to hand, I just want to know if I can do it.
What would you want to make?
An axe.
You just want to conjure an axe out of thin air?
Just like, see if it works.
Got an axe in your hand.
Cool. Put it away.
Get rid of it, yeah? Yeah, no, great. Yeah, you just want to know you can do it. And that's what this second was for.
Cool.
I wanted you to just have a little...
I click again to try and bring Brianne back to life.
You're like...
I'll never know.
Yeah. Yeah. So suddenly you hear, "There you are," and then Gerwin flies down, and he does like a cool landing on his feet that just turns into a walk, and then he just walks up to you. Isn't this exciting, Gazzamatraz?
Okay. Shh. And then I increase the size of my hand like tenfold and just hook and absolutely crack him.
I'm gonna give you advantage for this because I hope it happens. Good job, I gave you advantage. Unbelievable, son. Unbelievable rolling action. You threw a 1, right? You had advantage. You got another roll. You only threw a 5. Going roll a 4. He gets fucking smashed. He gets big fist to the fucking whole body. And he like fucking flies through the trees, bouncing off them on his way. All the while, smiling. He's enjoying himself. He's hurting. But he doesn't know this feeling. He's not felt it in so long. But he's just enjoying what's going on. Someone's here to level his power. And he is having fun.
I just want to clarify that as I've hit him and he's gone, I want to be following behind him.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like he gets to land and recover. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just on him.
Yep, okay. Right. What do you want to do?
In fact, try something again.
Go on.
I'm going to click my fingers and try and appear the other side of him.
Sadly, it doesn't work.
No, I just fell off.
Yeah.
As he starts slowing down, I can catch up. I'm just going to hammer fist him down into the floor.
Nice. So, as you create this hammer fist as he's slowing down, Gerwin goes, "Two can play that game," and he suddenly becomes long. And he grabs your hammer fist, and with his elasticity of how long he is, kind of flings you up and then straight down, almost like a whip, just onto the ground. And you do a hard bounce, but he releases you, and now you're both kind of winded, both kind of hurt, and you're stood about 50 meters apart from each other.
I feel like I'm more used to this feeling than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to just shake it off and run back at him.
Yeah. And then
Duck down, big uppercut.
duck down the go.
Duck whatever he throws at me and then...
Yeah. So as you make...
sploosh.
Yeah, perfect. As you make your way, you sprint. You do it in like one step. The power of you stepping is incredible. So you go poof and you're like there. You almost do it faster than he can react in this moment. But he goes to like grab you, but you just duck just under him, and then you see this fist just come through his hands and just clock him straight upwards, similar to what just happened to you. And he flies straight up towards the atmosphere and then comes straight back down past where your eye can see. And now he's got a minute's rest while you go to find him.
No.
What are you gonna do?
Sit down.
Sit down. Okay. You can see some sparking in the distance, some electricity, some lightning, and then suddenly a lightning bursts about 10 meters in front of you, and then Gerwin is stood there. And he does a little shake off, and his kind of size kind of goes down a little bit. So he's kind of like a slightly smaller frame than you this time. And he's like, whew, round one doesn't seem to be going my way now, does it? And then he sprints to you quickly. I'm going to give you time to react.
So what's he coming at me to do?
A kick while you're sitting.
I should lie back down.
Just going to try and lay flat. Oh, Mother Teresa. As you go to lay down, he catches what you're about to do and instead goes for a side kick at your kind of hips and just boots you through the trees. So this time it's you bouncing off of the trees, and he follows you up. But he stops. And then you're able to stop as well about 20 meters before or after.
After he stopped?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're both in like a flying position. You're both about 2 meters off the ground.
Why have you stopped?
You see, Gazzamatraz, I learn. The last time I tried to counter you, you countered me. And I will fight you with all my brain. Now, catch this. And he flies towards you for a spear.
I want to, as he gets to me, I'm just going to leap in the air, as if like so he kind of comes up underneath me, and then 2-footed on the back of his head, just slam him down into the floor.
So as he spears comes towards you, you jump, but he spins in midair and goes, "Got you this time," and he grabs your feet and throws you down into the ground, and you bury about 40 meters deep, and you feel this hit quite catastrophically, especially like through your back, and you feel that winded feeling again.
I'm going to leap out. Is he close to the hole?
Yes.
I'm going to leap out, and as I do, I want to grab him on the way through, and almost get up high, and then fling him down, like use momentum to...
Like a seismic toss.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so you fly up with him, you burst out, and he's almost excited to see you. He's like, "Woo!" as you come out the ground and it starts sparking off, and you grab him, and he like tries to like choke you while you're flying up in the air, and he's like, you can feel electrical like surges pulse up through your body, and then you do a very fast spin and hurl him down to the ground. But as he's flying downwards, he's able to slow himself down just enough that as he hits the ground, it doesn't really bury himself. He just hits the ground.
As he hits the ground, I want to be like a meter behind him and like double knee into his back.
So yeah, as he hits the ground on his back, so you come down with 2 knees, and he kind of catches your knees, but not enough that you don't drive him through his chest into the ground. And at this point, Gerwin coughs up some blood.
I want to...
And he goes, I submit, Gazzamatraz. I submit. Round 1 goes to you.
Do I have to stop?
It's up to you.
No. I'm going to start hammering his face.
As you do this, he conjures like portal magic, and as you go to throw a punch, you just go through this portal, and you end up just on top of where you were. And Gerwin flies up, angry at you. Gazzamatraz, you won round 1. We are now on round 2. We must play fairly by these rules. I did not use any weapons or magic during round 1. You must do the same.
You just use magic.
Yes, because I already submitted. It is 1-0 to Gazzamatraz. He comes and lands on his feet, and he goes back completely to normal form. We will do the best of 3 rounds. If neither of us submit, it is a fight to the death. If it is a tie and we get to round 3, we will either fight to the death or fight to conclusion. Those are the rules of the game. Round 2 will be of my choosing, and I choose magic. No weapons, no fists, just magic. However, I know this is due to you, Gazzamatraz, and I will give you 1 hour to prepare yourself.
Okay.
So you've got an hour now to kind of think about. Obviously, we need to talk out loud about what kind of magic you're trying and what kind of things you're experimenting with.
I'm going to try like. When he says magic, does he mean like magic weapons and all that lot as well, or
no weapons? It's just
so I can't conjure weapons and use magical weapons.
No.
Okay. I'm going to try and multiply myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's at first it's not great, but you do start to, like what he did when he had like the 9 weaker clones. You do start to manage. They're weaker, much weaker, but you do start to get different use around. Yeah.
Okay. I also want to try and...
Controlling them was difficult as well. We'll say that. You can get them out, but like getting them to do exactly what you want, you kind of realise would be difficult. The more you get, the more difficult that is as well.
Okay. Can I also try and shoot like fireballs, thunderbolts, all that malarkey?
Thunder comes very easy. You pick up thunder nicely, very quickly. Fire, you manage to catch yourself on fire quite a lot. Like you manage to be fire. But shooting it out, I'm going to say, is a little bit more difficult unless you are slow.
Okay.
So unless you like take a second, you can then use fire. But lightning, you can just like cast out quickly.
Water?
You can't conjure any water.
It's poopy.
Yeah, you can kind of make yourself a bit wet, but you're struggling with the water.
What about just like a magic missile situation?
Of arcane magic?
Yeah, just a magic missile.
Yeah. I'm going to say you can use a red beam that fires out, and it's almost to your barbarian heritage. It's just like almost like a pulse of your rage just being pulsed out.
Okay. Can I also try and conjure a shield or some sort of force field?
You do. You conjure a strong shield.
Okay, cool. Can I put that around me?
You can bubble it.
Bubble it.
So it's a bubble around you.
I can't put it on. Like my armour.
Not like your armour. You cannot wield it that well.
Okay. All right, but it comes up fairly quick.
Yeah, almost instantly.
Okay, can I make it and then shoot it to see what it withstands?
You find that you can make it, but making it not around you is difficult.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you one more spell to try, and then we're going to...
Can I conjure a cage?
Yes. It's not as fancy or as well put together as Gerwin's.
It's strong.
But it is a sturdy cage.
Okay.
Right. Gerwin comes and lands back over to you. Well, it's been about an hour now. We can mess with each other's magic as much as either of us want to. That will be part of the rules. If I make something and you wish it not to be a part of the battle, you can rid it and vice versa. Okay. Obviously, we can block attacks, make attacks, whatever we wish in the magical realm. I'm not going to lie to you, Gazzamatraz. I'm going to start slow. I'm going to let you build into this. Who knows, you might be a natural like myself.
Okay.
Right. And then he walks off about 10 meters, turns around to face you. You ready?
Ready.
And he will throw lightning straight at you.
No problem. Do I still have like the qualities of Gazzamatraz while I'm like this?
Yeah, of course you do.
So like Gazzamatraz could absorb lightning.
I'm going to say it's why you're naturally good with lightning. But I don't know if Gerwin striking you with god lightning is going to be the same thing.
Fair enough.
But I should have let you find out for yourself, but I'll let you know. Yep, so your shield withholds his lightning strike, but you do notice it burns the shield away, and you can feel the heat of the lightning.
Cool. I'm going to fire a magic missile at him. Or 3.
He allows all 3 to hit him. He wants to feel what you've got. And as the smoke clears, you notice it's worked. He's taken some damage from it. And he goes, I'm not doing that again. And he fires like a purple icicle with like purple smoke coming off the back of it towards you.
Okay, I'm going to use my laser beam attack and try and shoot it down and through it at him.
You notice that it slightly kind of melts it, but it doesn't stop it. and it goes through and strikes you on the chest, knocks you back just onto your rear end, and you feel it. Oh, wow, that's not comfortable. Stand up, and you can almost get the feeling of this is like a duel almost for now. Feels very like my turn, your turn. So.
Okay, can I just start walking towards him?
Yeah. Then what?
So, keep walking towards him.
Okay. So he is going to conjure up a powerful tornado. Where you stand?
Where I stand?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Gonna do anything, or are you just gonna let that happen?
I'm just going to throw it back towards him.
So he conjures up this tornado, and you start to lift with this tornado. And then it's almost like trying to imprison you in the middle of it. But you manage. I can't get you to throw it back at him, but I'll say that you manage to stop the air around you, so that the tornado's not really having any effect on you.
Okay. Can I throw a tornado at him as well?
Yeah. So essentially, you would just conjure one where he is.
Yeah. Let's do that.
As you go to conjure one at his feet, he realizes very quickly what you're doing, and so he's done what you've done, and he's kind of made a vacuum around himself so that no air can spin around him.
Okay, can I then put a cage on top of him?
Yeah. As in put him in a cage?
Yeah, so it's him and the tornado inside a cage.
Yeah. Can certainly try it. Right. So, as you're making this cage around him, he reacts very quickly to it. And he comes out of the cage. And he's like, "Oh, Gazzamatraz, this is child's play."
As he's talking, I thunderbolt him.
And he thunderbolts you back, but his is much harder than yours. And it goes through your thunderbolt, and it basically just blasts you back down to the ground.
Bastard.
Yeah, well, you threw a 7, he threw a 19. I couldn't. And now this time he starts to walk towards you, and then stops about 10 meters shy of you.
I'm going to conjure electric in both my hands, but power it up so you can see what's going on.
Oh, he's like, "Oh, I like this. I like this."
And then I'm going to thunderclap with the lightning in my hands and shoot it at him.
Oh, wow, this is cool. He puts up a shield in front of him, but it kind of blasts the shield, and he takes the hit, and it flies him back about 40-50 meters, and he bumps along the ground, and then he stands up, shrugs himself down. He goes, "Okay, Gazzamatraz, time to get serious."
Can he see me
Yes.
right now?
Yeah.
Can I just say, as he was flying back, create a clone of myself where I'm standing, and then go and hide, I guess? Just get out of the way.
Yep, that's fine. You successfully made a clone that he did not see.
Cool.
And is hidden.
If you now say that he can sense it's not me.
No. The only reason you've got equal magic. You've got equal magic, and I'm gonna say if he makes clones, you're not gonna know which one is it. What either?
Don't steal my ideas, mate.
No. It's the rules of the game.
Yeah. Okay. Wait
Right.
for him then.
He then flies up into the air, and around him, 10 of these purple icicle spears just conjure out of nowhere. And he smiles. "Dodge this." And one at a time, they all shoot down towards you.
Towards me or the clone?
You can't see the clone. The clone hid. Or did you
I
hide?
did.
Oh, sorry.
So
yeah,
you can just see the clone.
they go towards the clone.
Okay. I'm going to have the clone look like it's powering up with electric. Electric in one hand and fire in the other hand. And then I'm going to try and combine the two. So he can see what I'm doing. I'm doing the same thing where I am. Obviously the clone's doing it. And as the icicles come, the clones are going to start trying to dodge them.
Right.
And as I imagine he will be concentrating on the clone dodging his icicles. And I'm going to hopefully fire a combination of fire and lightning in like a ball/beam. Does that make sense?
It does.
Straight at him from surprise.
As he shoots these 10 icicles down, they literally just tear that clone apart. They all hit him, and he takes a second. He's like, is that it? And then suddenly this huge beam of just thunderous fire bursts out of the trees. Like it's a big beam, like 7 meters in circumference, like it's huge. And he goes, well played. And it just blasts him. And then as the blast finishes, he's got like this little shield up, but like he's singed heavily. And he goes, well, I guess I did up the ante. And then he starts to conjure up like a purple liquid in front of him. What do you want to do?
Can he see me now?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Can I try making like 5 cages and just imprisoning him?
Cage and a cage and a cage and a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want? Okay. So you have to get a little bit closer to him to accurately do this magic. So you fly forward. And then you start to build these cages around him. With this purple goo, he looks a little bit annoyed at these cages coming around him. And then he blasts them outwards. And it's like a thick acid. And it just burns through the cages. But then he's only able to have a little bit left that he like casts at you. And it's making its way towards you now.
Put up a shield.
It burns through the shield, but it slows it down so it just like kind of splashes on you, and you feel that singe your skin. But then you're able to just like wipe it off. But you do feel that you know that's powerful magic if you see that.
Okay. Can I try and make some? Red goo.
So you start to make up a red goo.
Throw it at him.
Right. So as you throw this at him, he kind of laughs. And then he moves to the side, starts making some purple goo, and then throws it back down at you. And then you kind of like goo collide in the air, and it kind of like bursts, and you're both singed with like this splashing of goo. You both take a decent amount of damage. You both threw 20s. Unbelievable. How unbelievable is that? What can I do there?
I am going to, where he is, create a massive tornado. And I am going to imbue it with fire and lightning. Do that first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start to conjure again in your hands this thunder and fire. So he thinks now, well, you're going to do another like beam at him. So he starts to conjure this. It's kind of like electric water, kind of in his hands. And then suddenly he starts to feel the wind around him swirling. He's like, what? What is this? And then as you beam it towards him, he notices that it is suddenly engulfed in flame and thunder. And with this purple liquid, he like sprays it around himself just to ease the flames and absorb the thunder. But he can't help but be caught up in the tornado. And he's kind of like trapped as you were when there was one before. and he's just kind of caught in midair right now. So whatever you do next, I'm going to give you advantage for.
Okay. I'm going to continually fire arcane missiles at him.
Nice. Not the best advantage throws, not going to. Oh, that didn't work out in your favour. So you throw these arcane missiles at him, and he starts to like throw arcane pinpoint at everything you're throwing, and then he like bursts through this tornado and heads down in front of you. He then clicks his fingers, and the ground beneath you kind of disappears, and you fall. You kind of catch yourself, but he starts to bury you a little bit. You're trying to like fly back up, but he's like just throwing this unbelievably heavy kind of molten rock down on you.
Okay. Can I create a whirlwind on myself?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, that's what we want. So you start to create a whirlwind on yourself, but it's so heavy that it's not picking up this kind of rock that he's putting down upon you. You're almost getting the feeling now of you're starting to be almost trapped. You're like, this is boiling as well, this molten rock, and it's pressed against your skin, and you notice that you're almost drowning in it at this point.
If I try and fly up.
You can put all your magic into flying, and you can try and burst out of it, yeah. He starts to electrify this molten rock around you. And you start to feel even more pain going through you.
So am I like buried, essentially? Like
right now.
Head sticking out the ground, kind of buried.
Kind of at that point, yeah. I mean, I would have given you the fly out, but you threw a 1. It's the sad time to throw a 1.
And I've actually flown down.
Yeah, you're now an electrified
ground,
molten rock is where you've ended up with that.
Okay. Fuck. I can't move. I can't.
No, you start to feel a little bit of blood coming out your nose as well.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I submit.
And the boiling lava goes completely rock hard. So there's no more pain on you. And he comes down, and he does a little bit of magic, and all of the sort of rock kind of crumbles, and you're able to just get out. And he goes, "Whew! I wasn't sure there. You know, if you were going to submit, I didn't know what I might have to throw down there. How do you feel?"
Fine.
Wonderful. Come with me. And you're now like going for a walk, just in the woods, wherever the hell you are on the planet. You go past like these toadstools that are like 50 foot high, and these like pine trees that are like 3 foot tall. There's like 8-legged deer going around, and it's just like a crazy place. And he's like, you know, I made this place centuries ago, millennia ago maybe. I'm not too sure why I made it now, but I guess it's the same reason we're here right now. It's because I've been bored, Gazzamatraz. And I know what you're thinking. Gah. This all sounds very woe is me from the old being that's God as well, you know.
For a really powerful being, you are kind of a victim.
Yes. Well, there is a point to this. I will get to it. You see, your reality, Gazzamatraz, is not the only reality that exists.